Well, Rihanna has yet another deal to add to her collection of deals. She is actually linking up with Kendo division of LVMH, that's Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, for a brand new cosmetics line. Now, she has signed a deal with that company, which also produces Marc Jacobs' beauty line, to create a full cosmetics collection that's going to launch in 2017. I think that's a great idea, and I like her Pumas that she's been doing and everything, so.
Okay, she's getting another check. Okay, what's new? Congratulations, Rihanna.
Good for her, man.
Businesswoman, love it.
All right, now, Nick Young was talking to the media, and he was talking about how amazing Kobe Bryant's final game was. And at one point, he talks about Kobe, he approached him to get an autograph, and he said that Kobe threw away a pair of his Adidas when he approached him for an autograph and got him some Nikes instead. So he said he was a little disappointed that he threw his Adidas away and didn't sign them, but he said, you know, and what can you do? He said he threw his shoes in the trash. But Kobe wouldn't sign some Adidas. I mean, he has a tremendous deal.
Get a night contract at the time.
Right.
And Nick, you should be inspired, okay? Next year, remember one thing. If you shoot 50 shots a game, you probably can average 20 points.
Anyway, let's talk about Zach Randolph. Now, they had reported a couple of months ago that Zach Randolph of the Memphis Grizzlies was accused of strangling a woman inside of a hotel room in Los Angeles. But now they're saying the woman has changed her story. During a police interview that took place March 31st, she said there was an argument, but he never touched her. Now, cops are saying the woman told the officers that she was upset and she decided to file a fabricated police report because she wanted to get his money. When they asked about the injuries that she had, she said that before she filed the report, she and a friend drove around the corner from the police station and inflicted the injuries to her neck and back themselves, and then blamed Zach Randolph for that. She said she even signed a document admitting that she made the whole story up.
Damn. Well, that's good. And you know what? She needs to go to jail. I always feel like when women falsely accuse men of things like that, how come charges can't be pressed on them?
But they usually get charges. I never seen jail time. I never seen jail time.
I've never seen them get charged with nothing. It's usually when these women press these false charges, nothing happens when we find out
I do feel
that
there
they did nothing.
There does need to be some repercussions.
Absolutely.
Make some false charges against somebody, probably ruin his reputation. People might see the original story and never see the story.
They never see the cleanup. The cleanup is never as loud as the original story. Mm-hmm. Ever. Never, ever.
All right, Kendrick Lamar has a lawsuit, and that is all because of this song he has called I Do This. Now, this was on his, this was released quite some time ago, back in 2009. It was never for sale. Here's the song.
I look like $1 million, and that's why.
All right, well, apparently this is Bill Withers' song, Don't You Want to Stay, and he never got clearance. So here's the original. It do sound like a dope rap song already. But, so they want Kendrick to stop using the track, and they want to sue for damages.
I'm sure Kendrick doesn't use that anymore.
Well, I guess it's still available online. It's free, though.
Drop one of Clues bombs for the evolution of Kendrick's flow. Because the name of that record was You Do This, but not as good as You Do It Now. Because that wasn't too fire.
All right,
Too
and that
hot.
is your Rumor Report.
Too dope.
I'm Angela Yee.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, when we come back, we got the People's Choice Mix. Let me know what you want to hear. 800-585-1051 at DJMV. Hit me up with your requests. I absolutely positively got you. And it's Friday, so you know how we do. We throw it back a little bit. So let me know what you want to hear.
Throw it back, boo.
Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, the playoffs start tomorrow. The Pacers play the Raptors. The Rockets play the Warriors. The Celtics play the Hawks. And the Mavericks play the Thunder. Now, there was a rumble in Brooklyn last night.
Bernie Sanders versus Hillary Clinton. Now, the two of them were going head to head. And first things first, all right, Bernie Sanders did bring up that term, super predator.
Earlier this week at the Apollo Theater in Harlem, you called out President Clinton for defending Secretary Clinton's use of the term super predator back in the 90s when she supported the crime bill. Why did you call him out?
Because it was a racist term and everybody knew it was a racist term.
Listen, we all know the term super predator is wrong, but we got to start pressing people for the system that created those super predators, whether it was the Nixon administration, Reagan administration, Clinton crime bill, those so-called war on drugs that were really a war on blacks. We got to start pressing people about the system, not the wording, super predator.
Now, Hillary Clinton was also questioned about her supporting the crime bill of 1994.
I'm sorry for the consequences that were unintended and that have had a very unfortunate impact on people's lives. I've seen the results. of what has happened in families and in communities. I want white people to recognize that there is systemic racism. It's also in employment, it's in housing, but it is in the criminal justice system as well.
Well, if there's systemic racism, change the system, the same system that you created to dismantle black communities and black families.
Now, Bernie Sanders has also said he's going to release his tax returns, and they were also pressing Hillary Clinton to release transcripts of her private speeches, but she said that until everybody has those same regulations and has to do that, then why should she have to do it? She has released her tax returns, and she turned it back on Bernie Sanders, so he says today he'll put out his 2014 tax returns as far as the rest of them.
They seem petty with the tax returns BS. What about the big stuff? Like what's going on with Wall Street and Wall Street being reckless and them taking money from so many different people losing their houses, people effed up in this market in this time. What about things like that? Why do they always talk about super predator? Why do they always talk about the pettiness? Why don't they always talk about the big things that are going on that really affect the people?
Well, let's be clear. The super predator line isn't petty, but you have to talk about the system that created these super predators. That's my problem.
I think what the problem is they don't want a president that looks at people as super predators.
Right.
Especially when you contributed to those people being super predators. You created these super predators by having these. If you got aides in the Nixon administration saying that the war on drugs was essentially a war on blacks, and you look at
mass incarceration.
Yes, you look what exactly. You look what the Reagan administration did, and then the Clinton crime bill that put so many black people in jail because of the drugs. Y'all created these super predators. So let's talk about that. How about that? And nobody said R.I.P. to Biggie. Nobody said salute to Hove. And Bernie's from Brooklyn and didn't say big up to Brooklyn.
Bernie walked out to Jay-Z, though.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
And why did Spike Lee keep standing up like he was at a Knicks game? Spike Lee kept standing up like he was courtside at a Knicks game.
That's all he knows how to do. That's what he does.
I understand the Knicks didn't give you nothing to stand up for this year.
So he's standing up for Bernie.
Jesus Christ. Going in the commercials, he stood up every time.
Now let's talk about the teachers. What's going on with this teacher?
Well, a Florida middle school teacher in Tampa actually handed out privilege forms to her students. She wanted them to fill these forms out. It was basically a how privileged are you? And that was a list of 7th and 8th graders in 2 of her Spanish classes. It was an extension of literature that the students were reading, so they had to answer questions about their disability status, gender, sexual orientation, religion, all kinds of things. So she said the students didn't need to turn in the forms, but it was supposed to teach them about diversity and inequality, but she got suspended after parents complained to the principal about that assignment.
What were those questions like? I'd have just been like, look, I'm God's child. I'm very privileged. Okay, I got God's privilege. How about